I love a good box set or a giant hardcover book as much as the next person, but my absolute favorite way to read and run and play tabletop role-playing games is with zines. I think these folded and stapled booklet-style games that are usually self-published are the heart of the creative scene of tabletop role-playing games. And every February, Kickstarter does this thing called Zine Quest, where they highlight a bunch of tabletop role-playing game zines, and that means there is an absolute ton of rad stuff coming out right now, and I want to talk about it. My original intention with this video was to pick 4 or 5 projects that I thought looked cool, and I ended up with a list of 12, so let's jump into it. So the zine that I'm most excited about going into this Zine Quest is Beatle Knight by Jim Hall. Jim has made a ton of wonderful zines in the past. You can tell I'm a fan. I think Jim wears his influences on his sleeve in a very tasteful way. I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, do you know there's like people making stuff out there that just, you kind of know that their style of making things is something that you personally vibe with? Well, Jim Hall is that for me, and so I'm very excited about this Beatle Knight game. You play as a small insect going on a big adventure. Just A+ stuff. I think the same could be said for Bodie H's zines. I've talked about Bodie on the channel before. I just buy everything he makes because I know the tone is going to be perfect, the artwork is going to be super charming, as well as the writing. And his new one, Mystery Under Magic Mart, is no exception. This one is a pick-your-path adventure where you explore underneath a magic item shop. I'm sure there's going to be tons of stuff that you can pull out of this zine to use in your own games when you're done playing through the adventure. Bodhi's stuff is always awesome. Definitely check this one out. Next up is Terror Vision by my pal Lex Mandrake. I really want to see this one funded. If you know me at all, you know that I love Ghostbusters. The very first game I made was Ghostbusters inspired, and here's a picture of my friend and I busting some ghosts. So I can't wait to run this Terror Vision adventure. It's using the OpenD6 system, which the original West End Ghostbusters game used, but I might just run it with Goons and Ghosts. Very excited. I might be drawing a map for it, so I really want to see it funded. Definitely check out the link. Actually, links to all of the games that I'm mentioning in this video are down in the description. Next up, we have Tiny Fables by Josiah, and just look at the artwork on this thing. I absolutely love it. This is an adventure / setting for Mouse Ritter. It looks beautiful and fun and whimsical, totally my type of adventure, and really I just want to hold this zine in my hands. And I think this is a great example of what you can expect with Zine Quest. People are making adventures and stuff for all kinds of different games. Mouse Ritter, Mothership, Old School Essentials, Morkborg, like anything you can think of. People are making stuff for, and they're putting it up for Zine Quest. You know, if you have a game that you love to play, jump on, scroll through all the Zine Quest games and find something that's being made for that game. And I promise you'll be really surprised at all the cool stuff that people are making for the games that you love. But also, people are creating their own games or using systems from other people and adapting them to make their own games. So this game called Your Friend in Witchcraft by Kay Allen is one that I had never heard of, but am very excited for. Instantly backed when I saw it. It's a 2-player game where you each play as a witch and you write letters back and forth to each other, and a story and the characters sort of evolve and unfold as you write letters to each other. It sounds super fun and full of heart, and I think I'm going to try and get my wife to play with me, so she'll be a witch, I'll be a witch. We'll write some letters to each other. Just sounds like an awesome time to me. Or maybe we'll play Tape by Michael Hawkins. In this game, you make characters and then take turns sending each other playlists of music, and then that informs how the story unfolds. It's another game that I think I would really enjoy playing with my wife, JC, and I think both of these games are a great example of how these sort of personal games are just perfect in this zine format. Okay, if you were to ask me what kind of game I would be super excited for, one where you're scavenging through an alternate post-Soviet Poland probably wouldn't be on my list, but this Milk Bar game by Eric Sawicki looks too cool to pass up. I just love when creators have an idea that feels personal to them, but then they take it all the way with the game design and the layout and the production of the book. And this one just looks like it all comes together really perfectly. Looks super interesting. I'm very, very excited to check this one out. The same goes for Coffee Run by Vitaly Demura. This game you play as a group of skeletons that go on an insane underground coffee run. The art and layout just looks so rad, and the game sounds like it's a bunch of insane fun. You get to attach different things to your skeleton, and that kind of makes your character, and then this coffee run adventure just sounds crazy in the best possible way. This is another one where the creator's going all out on the production of the zine, and it just looks too awesome to pass up. Now, if you were to ask me if I would be excited for an 8-bit old school NES RPG inspired game, then I would most definitely say yes. And this 8-bit theater game sounds like it's right up my alley. There's a cool twist to the game where the consequences build on each other and things get more and more out of control. Sounds super, super fun. Definitely excited to check this one out as well. Okay, Subterranean Fighting Freaks by Andrew Mazisco is what I'm talking about. My absolute favorite thing is when creators design the game, write the game, do the layout and illustration themselves. You can just tell that it's something super personal. Every decision they make comes out because it's one person doing it. And with Subterranean Fighting Freaks, you can tell that this is just all Andrew. Like, even the setting is based in Chicago where he lives. It's clear what his influences are and his priorities, what the game are. And I just think that's so cool and special. Another writer-artist combo creative that I've become a fan of is Scott Wegner. Last year he made this zine called Home. It's an excellent resource for the players to build up their own settlement in a game. Really cool. I just love the way it's written. And so I'm really excited about Scott's new adventure called Cult of the Morac. It's a low-level adventure. The map looks awesome. I love Scott's art style, and his writing style is like just the perfect amount of simplicity. So it feels like everything's really easy to run at the table. And the writing and the art mixed together perfectly because it's all coming from Scott. Just awesome stuff. The last project on my list is not a game and it's not an adventure. It is a resource for writing your own adventures. It's called Tabletop Gone Mad. It's by Lenny Shell and Twice Rolled Games, and it's this really awesome looking fill-in-the-blank generator with some super cool layout. And really, I just love resources like this that make my job as a GM easier, so I can't wait to support Tabletop Gone Mad. Now, if it isn't clear, I just really love seeing creators putting themselves out there, getting their projects out into the wild, making the stuff that they want to see in the world. And I just love supporting these games and these projects. I hope you check out all of Zine Quest. The first link will be to all of the Zine Quest projects. Now, it runs the whole month of February, so there's going to be lots more games popping in. And the crowdfunding for these games is usually 2 weeks, so if you want to support something, you got to get on it fast. And also, because all of these games are made by often single person creators, sometimes this is the only way you can get these zines is by supporting the Kickstarter, and once they get shipped out, that's it. So really, if you want to see this stuff become real as much as I do, as much as all these creators do, jump on there and start backing some projects. And I really, really, really want to encourage you to look through all of the projects, not just the ones that I'm recommending. I've found some of my favorite creators through Zine Quest, and I'm sure if you look through and find the stuff that you're really excited about or surprised about, you're going to find your next favorite creator there as well. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya!